What happened? What a disappointing loss.
Me and Nick have witnessed some pretty bad football games here at Allegiant Stadium. The Jeff Saturday game a few years ago sticks out, and that 3-0 Vikings loss last year sticks out. But Nick, this was as ugly as all of those and then some.
Johnny, if we were told walking into this stadium that the Raiders would lose to the Panthers, we'd be pretty surprised. The Panthers are known as maybe the worst team in the NFL. If we were told that they would be blown out by Carolina, we'd be absolutely stunned. Now, Raider Nation, they know this offense with Gardner Minshew at the helm, it's going to have its ups and downs. But the defense, coming off a dominant performance, shutting out Lamar Jackson last week, here they are, and they failed on a big stage in their home opener.
Nick, it's the most perplexing part of the game in my opinion. Chuba Hubbard looked like he turned back the clock to his Oklahoma State days. And Andy Dalton, the guy who was the backup of this team just a week ago, he is now the first quarterback in the NFL right now in the year 2024 to throw for 300 yards passing and 3 touchdowns in a single game. I'm sure the players already know this in their heads, but it is unacceptable, especially knowing what they did last week. But Nick, as we all know, the offense has been struggling. Gardner Minshew with the new system, there's a little bit of kinks, but man, did it look ugly today.
Yeah, there were high expectations for the Raiders rolling into this game. Of course, Panthers quarterback Bryce Young was benched. Andy Dalton is starting. And you just saw the Raiders come alive on offense in Baltimore en route to a massive upset win over a team that was the 1 seed last year. And they come into their own building here in Las Vegas, and they let a lot of people in Allegiant Stadium down. Gardner Minshew could not get the ball down the field. The run game could never get going. It felt like this offensive line had too many holes. And when you have Brock Bowers, Devontae Adams out there, it felt like the meme where you have a Porsche inside of a bad garage. I wonder what these guys are thinking, because it feels like these quarterbacks can't get them the ball, and I'm sure there's going to be many AOC chants coming up in Raider Nation over the next week. But we got to talk to fans after the game and players, and as you can imagine, they were not in a good mood.
Just didn't come out quick enough, didn't convert enough, run game couldn't get going, and couldn't find a rhythm in the pass game.
Hats off to them. They came out firing and a lot of juice. So got to hand it to them. They beat us. They played better, and we got to go watch them get better.
I think they can rebound, but AP, I need you to change something in this system. I don't know what it is, but I feel like this is some coaching situation. They came in after the second half, man. They played worse than they did in the first half. That can't just be execution. You got to do something to spark the team to realize they got to get going.
Now, Max Crosby said in the locker room that a lot of people are going to have to look themselves in the mirror, and they're going to have to do that quick with the Cleveland Browns coming next week here at home. And Nick, the first thing that pops out in my mind for that matchup is that front four for the Browns going up against the Raiders' offensive line.
Yeah, Myles Garrett might be wreaking havoc, but that's what the Raiders have to try to prevent. This game was a good reminder, any given Sunday in the NFL,
Absolutely.
even as 6-point favorites, the Raiders, they were trailing by 26 points there in the fourth quarter. And AP, it's a chance for them to bounce back and try to be resilient.
Guys, we'll send it back to you.